Alright, what's up guys? Mitch here, back again with another Underappreciated.
Hi, I'm Matthew, and today we're going to be talking about a favorite psychological thriller of mine, The Gift. Came out last year. It is Joel Edgerton's debut directorial
debut. He
Jesus,
also
I butchered that.
wrote it, produced it, and stars in it. I mean, he's all over this film, and he knocked it out of the damn park. Yeah. It's an amazing movie.
It's a fantastic movie all around. Now, this movie... I took Mitch to go see this movie, and I had to convince him to go see it with me because I had heard great things about this movie, and I was a little skeptical about seeing it myself, mainly because I don't like horror movies that much. I don't like getting creeped out. This movie is fantastic.
It's got fantastic story. It doesn't fall into your normal horror movie cliches. There isn't a lot of blood, a lot of gore. There's really any of that. It's more of a psychological sort of thriller. Kind of gets into your head and makes you think about things. And one thing I don't like about movies these days, horror movies especially, and you can probably agree, is the jump scares. You know, they always fall into this sort of formulaic kind of way of doing it. You always can kind of predict them, and not many these days will get me. Sometimes they'll get me, but in this movie there wasn't many. There was a couple, but when you got them, holy shit, were they good? Holy shit, they got the crap out of you. Like they were. And it gives me goosebumps thinking about it because they're so well timed, and they're just, you don't see it coming. And he did that very well. Is that he didn't overuse the jump scare, but he used it correctly and well, and not too much. And that's what really I like about this movie. And Jason Bateman's in it. He kills it.
Jason Bateman is phenomenal in this character. Like, the way that the story behind these characters unfold is absolutely fantastic. Because there is some history behind these characters, and you learn more and more about them. And your point of view is actually from the wife in the movie. And you're watching her story unfold and watching things unfold between Joel Edgerton's character and Jason Bateman, and it's fantastic. It's a hell of a ride throughout this movie.
So basically, what we come into is that there's Jason Bateman and the wife, who I can't think of her name, and they're married, living a great life. He's got a great job, got a promotion. They're all happy, except the one thing that's kind of a stick in the mud for them, I guess, is that they're trying to get pregnant and they can't, and that's sort of causing some tension between them. And then, as that's kind of, building up some anger and animosity towards each other, Joel Edgerton's character shows up, and he's some sort of childhood friend of Jason Bateman's. But it's where it gets weird, is that Jason Bateman acts like he doesn't know him, and he kind of is very dismissive to him and acts like he has no idea who he is. But then later we find out that he definitely knows who this guy is, and he's sort of trying to hide that from his wife. And that's sort of where we get into this very strange territory. And a lot of times, Joel Edgerton will show up unannounced and sort of creep his wife out, and it's very creepy. He's very good at being creepy. Joel Edgerton is very good at that role. He was unbelievably creepy and weird. It's shivering.
The reason it's called The Gift is because he'll show up and he'll just give gifts to the family,
but not when he's around. Only when the wife is there. So it kind of gives you this weird vibe. Yeah, and it makes Jason Bateman feel very uncomfortable with him.
And for the majority of the movie, at least through the first act and half, like for the first half of the movie, you're with Jason Bateman and the wife all the way. Like you're like sympathizing with them. You're totally understanding. Oh, holy shit!
Yeah, and you're just like, wow, this guy's creepy and crazy, and wow, I feel so bad for them. And then
story starts unfolding, and the wife, something leads, I don't remember what, but the wife ends up finding out that the husband knows who this guy actually is, and she's getting creeped out. So she starts doing research of her own, finding out, who is this guy? How does he know my husband and whatever?
And the weird thing is that Jason Bateman's character, he knows damn well who it is, because he has like a file on the guy. Like she finds a file on him. Like he knows, he has all this weird information about him. He knows exactly who he is. Like Jason Bateman knows who he is, and he's basically been lying to her the whole time, saying, no, I don't know who this guy is, just some random dude. I don't remember him at all. And then, so, like, she starts to get very weirded out by her husband, because he's been so, like, quiet, and he hasn't really been telling her anything about it. And she feels very, like, lied to, and she doesn't trust him much anymore. And that sort of starts to build this divide between them as we get closer to the end of this movie. And
as you find out throughout the movie, Jason Bateman's character is a sketchy guy.
He's kind of a piece of shit.
He is a piece of shit. And you're equally also thinking that Joel Edgerton's character is a piece of shit, but he's more like this awkward, creepy guy. He doesn't really know any better, but he's trying to get revenge against Jason Bateman's character, because Jason Bateman, like, throughout some of the movie, he's acting like he's his friend and whatever, and like Jason Bateman's had enough because what's Gomez or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
It's something like that. Joel Edgerton's character is like making him uneasy, and he's just like annoying as hell, and he's like has social anxiety and whatever. And like Joel Edgerton is just trying to like bury the hatchet with him, and he's trying to be friends and whatever. But at the same time, he also wants to get revenge on him as well, because Jason Bateman's character was a childhood bully of him, and one of the things, a bad one,
a really bad bully.
Essentially, this rumor goes around. It started by Jason Bateman that he got raped by a guy in a car, and that destroyed his life because people started calling him gay or something like that.
And he just started, like, it wasn't true. He started this lie for no reason, and it sort of ruined Joel Edgerton's character's life. And basically, he's trying to do this thing. Basically, what happens is he befriends the wife. Like, the wife starts out not liking him much, but as she finds out more about her husband and more about him, she starts to side more with Joel Edgerton's character than she does Jason Bateman's character. Yeah. She sort of makes this switch where she's like, wow, I don't know who you are anymore, because all these things I'm hearing about you, this isn't who I thought you were. And there's even a point in the movie where Jason Bateman kicks the shit out of Joel Edgerton's character.
Yeah, he beats him
like
hard.
And he doesn't even, Joel Edgerton's character doesn't fight back. He just takes it, and he doesn't even, it's not even like a fight. It's more just like he just beats him
and
for no reason.
And from that point on, it is a hell of a ride.
Oh my god.
This is Joel Edgerton's character going full force at him, trying to get revenge. There is one particular scene in the movie that is the creepiest part. I almost walked out on it.
I couldn't.
And that was the camcorder scene from the perspective. And you're going along with the wife. She's home alone. She's taking a shower or whatever, and she takes a drink of something.
She gets drugged. Somehow,
she gets drugged.
Joel Edgerton's character got into the house while she was showering, so she's in the shower and she hears something, and you can see in like the background, you can see him kind of walk away, just for a second. So he puts something in her drink, and then she drinks it, and it knocks her out. Yeah. And then this is where it gets bad. It gets weird.
It gets really creepy. So Joel Edgerton's character. Now, you see this later on. You don't know... Okay, she wakes up. She's in a hospital bed, or she's in her bed at home or something. It cuts to that, and we don't see it until the end of the movie, but we'll go ahead and skip to that. Jason Bateman has already gone through some shit, and essentially, this backstory, basically, he had gotten a promotion at a job where he's actually fighting for this promotion. He ends up getting it, but that's because he ends up trashing the name of this other guy who's up for the bid in the job.
He's basically... You find out he's the biggest piece of shit and will cut anybody down to get what he wants.
Like, he had ended up sending some emails that were telling some lies and whatever. He ended up getting caught by the owners of this company and ended up getting fired. So I don't know how it got leaked or something like that. He loses his job, so now he can't pay for his home. He
loses all his friends. He loses his wife. Basically, he's lost everything. Yep. And the only thing he has now is to get Joel Edgerton's character. That's the only thing he can is just... He
doesn't really do anything because there's nothing that he can do because Joel Edgerton has the upper hand.
He's 2 steps ahead of him the whole movie. He's always ahead of him. But basically,
and here's the thing. Now there's a period of the movie where you think it's getting a little bit better, where you think Jason Bateman's character is getting a little bit better, but at the end you find out, okay, no, he's a bad guy. But she ends up getting pregnant. And it's after that drugging sequence.
Yeah, so basically...
And for a while you think, okay, they had finally gotten pregnant, whatever. You didn't think anything of it. Because the way that they filmed that first scene, that scene between her in the shower and whatever, it didn't really feel like,
anything happened.
Yeah, like anything happened. But the final gift in the movie from Joel Edgerton's character, the Jason Bateman, is a tape that he leaves in the baby's crib that they had bought for their child. And it shows... Hey, remember 9 months ago when your wife got pregnant? Here's the tape of me, like, following her around throughout the house, and it's creepy as shit.
It's so terrifying, and then she's drugged and on the bed, and there's, like, a sliding mirror for a closet, and he gets up on top of her, and he looks, and he has, like, a monkey mask on, and he's just over top of her, and then
it cuts it.
It cuts it right there.
And, like, the beauty about that is that it's meant to just toy with Jason Bateman. He's toying with him. He's like, did I rape your wife? Did I not?
And most likely I don't think he did, but the thing is that Jason Bateman will never know. And that's sort of like his last gift, and that just sort of fucks up his whole life. He doesn't have a job, and the kid might not be his, and his wife doesn't he absolutely just destroys Jason Bateman's life. Yeah. Without a doubt. And... oh my god, it's creepy. Oh, it's so creepy. I remember we walked out and we're just like, that was, we couldn't do it.
It was unsettling. I loved it because I love the storytelling. I love that it creeped me out. It did exactly what it set out to do.
It grips you so fast and holds on to you, and then it just like shakes you and it's like, fuck you, your brain is ruined now because it's so like, it's in your head. And it's one of the best like horror... I don't even really consider it a horror movie.
Yeah. I don't even know.
I don't know what it is, but it's one of the best I've seen of that kind. It really toys with your mind very well.
So wrap this up, Mitch. What are you going to rate this movie?
10 out of 10. It's perfect. I didn't find much wrong with it at all. Dialogue's great. Characters are great. Story is perfect. I mean, everything is good about it. It's an amazing movie.
And I'm going to go ahead and give it a 10 out of 10 as well. This really is a perfect movie for me as well. If you get the chance to check it out, go ahead and do it. I bought the movie. I love it. I love owning it.
I definitely see it. Like, without a doubt, if you are into sort of the psychological thrillers or if you want to see a damn good horror movie, this is it. You won't find much better that's come out of Hollywood in the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. This was perfect as a smash hit. And, you know, it didn't make a lot of money. It made, like, somewhere in the neighborhood of $50 million, which isn't too bad for a horror movie, but, I mean, this was one that could have made a lot, and I don't think it got the sort of appreciation it should, so that's why we threw it in here.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Underappreciated. We'll be back with you guys with another episode sometime in the future, but thank you for watching. This is Matthew, Be Forgade Studios.
This has been Mitch at Be Forgade Studios. Make sure you check out other stuff on our channel, and have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching.
Productions.